Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the stream this Sunday, and we're going to do a little bit of Cold Waters. I say do a little bit of Cold Waters. We've been doing it on Twitch, but I would like to do a little bit for YouTube. I've been putting the Twitch VODs on YouTube, of course, but I'd like to do some proper streaming on YouTube of this because I quite like the game. It's like a mix of FPS and strategy, and I can't quite put my finger on why I like it quite so much, but it's infuriating to begin with. But as you learn more of the game opens, it's like any strategy game, I suppose. The more you learn, the more you understand the mechanics, the better it is to play. Anyway, let's have a go, shall we? Do I continue my 1968 campaign? We'd already done a 1984 campaign. I had started on the 1968 campaign, but I'm struggling with it. Oh, I'm struggling with the 1968. Might do the 1968 and the 2000 campaign concurrently. Nope, stick to 1968. Let's load you. Now the problem I'm struggling, or the problem with the 1968 campaign for me, brief what we're going to be doing. Transit the Uic area. So Greenland, Iceland, UK. Must be something before they get the opportunity to cause mayhem. Right. So, Greenland, Iceland, UK. So it could be the Denmark Strait, could be... We'll go around the other side just in case they've got past us. Could be the Denmark Strait, there could be a little further... there we go. Nope, that's just a status report. Or they could be down here. So we'll sweep through the Denmark Strait area, and then we'll come down. Oh, we might be able to intercept this guy. There he is. Alright. Let's go around Iceland and try to intercept him. Somewhere up here. Alright. So we were going to be doing 20 knots because we came into this engagement using left click, which is the quickest way to get around the map. It does start you off though at 20 knots. If we were to do right click, then we'd be entering this contact at just 5 knots. So on a contact bearing of 6. Our heading is 276, so we haven't got far. It's just to our right, just to our starboard, shall I say. All hands man the battle stations. Control shift, rig for ultra quiet. Look at the conditions. The conditions are, it's not that bad. We've got a lot of space to manoeuvre in. At least we're not on a shelf. I didn't want to be on the Greenland shelf. So. Contact is about 6. Let's start spinning ourselves around, shall we? So, what do I think you are? Nothing at the moment. About 20,000, but that's jumped down to 15. We've only got 30. Why haven't I got this map? What's it? Because I'm already on the map, you fool. As this solution rises, he might jump back out to about 20, but yeah. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Let's have a quick look through some of these signatures. See what we could win. I think it might be a Juliet. If it is a Juliet, it's a little bit above us, it's heading towards us. If it actively pings us, then it's going to see us, as it is right now with an ambient temperature, an ambient noise of 83, then we're good, he can't see us. As we spin ourselves around to face his heading, we'll turn less of a profile onto him, or we'll have less of a profile. Currently he can see that, or that the sonar operator can see that. As we spin round and present a smaller target, we're going to present a smaller blip on his sonar, or on those passive sensors, and it's going to cut down our signature. And you only really get detected, they only really think, oh, there's a submarine there, when it gets to 10. And obviously they only see us on active if they actually bother to ping. They might do, you never know. Let's bring our speed down, let's create just a little less noise. We'll have a 36% solution on this Juliet. We can chase it down, it is slower than us. If we need. However, I don't think that's the only one out there. I don't think that's the only threat out there. Let's just shake our face at it. So we'll move slightly left. Or we'll turn slightly left. Just to expose a cheek. Our left cheek to him. And then slightly right. Or port, starboard. Starboard, port, sorry. If you prefer those terms. And where are you moving relative to us? That way. Okay. Well, we'll build a bigger solution, a bigger picture. We are slightly below him. Well, that's fine. There's no layer to take advantage of. As he moves across us, it'll build a solution itself. -9 on passive, so we've got a big gap, we've got lots of room to maneuver, I should say. It's got to go from -9 to -9, -8-ish to up to 10 before he actually reacts to us here. Plus ambient noise, it's a little bit louder than usual, not by much. Usually it's about 78 decibels ambient background noise. I wonder if I can see him. What distance is he? Ah, he's a fair way away. Alright. Come back around to face. $67, 79, 72, 76 in terms of solution that we've got on him. Still on a -9. It's up to 81. $85, 87. He's jumped closer. As revealed, no, he cavitated. You could just see he cavitated, and I think that's why we picked him up. But his sonar operator can see this profile. If we turn to face, if we can, do we have the speed to it? I don't want to. I don't want to go forward. It would turn us around a little bit quicker, but we could do 5 knots forward. Just to spin ourselves around, just a little bit quicker. -2 is fine. -4 is fine. -2 is fine. If we get to 0, then we'll come to full stop. But until then, there's no reason for us not to close this distance. What speed are you doing? 8 knots. So as he gets away this way, we'll slowly drift in behind him. -3, -2. Let's turn to face. Present less of a profile to him. Back down to -4. -1. If we reach 0, I'll come down to 0 knots and allow him to just get away a little bit more. But until then, there's no reason why we can't just sit off his bum. Still on a -3. Down to -1. It gets close, but then it drifts away. I mean, the work that we're doing now just means that we have less work to do later on to catch up to him. I found that I get a little bit impatient, and so when I do end up in the baffles, I go up to full speed to catch up, but then they do some sort of maneuver. They'll try to clear their baffles, they'll ping me, and the jig's up. So if we can keep within touching distance, that would be helpful. Still going up. Why are you going up? Let's turn to face again. Smallest signature possible. Still doing 8 knots. It's still going to get away from us quicker than we're closing. We're only doing 5. Up to 10 knots now he's active, but he hasn't active pinged, and he won't act. I don't think he will active ping until he sniffs something in passive. -1. -2. Straight enough on that. I mean, the standard operating procedures, you'd like to think, would be go X amount of minutes and then shoot a ping out even if you can't see anything. Thankfully, it's not. Are we lined up? Let's just turn around a little bit more. Still on a -1 on his passive. He has gone high. I don't know why he's gone high. and we'll keep danger close to him. We're dancing between -1 and -2. Still haven't got to 0 yet. That's 0. Back down to -1. If we do get into positive numbers on passive, I'll just cut the engines. Just allow them to drift away from us a little bit more. Once we're in his baffles, it'll be a -50 on active, it'll be a -50 on passive. We can go as quickly as we want. We can cavitate. Are we going to cavitate at this depth? No, we're not going to cavitate at this depth. But still, we can close the distance as quickly as we want. Thankfully, there's no other signature out there. Or nothing that we've picked up anyway. Now that's you coming back down. Let's just line you up. As he's put this kink in, he might come back this way. If he comes back this way, he's going to turn more sensors to us. Or we may pop onto positive readings on his passive. If that's the case, then we can drop off his passive by a couple of assumed decibels by just bringing our speed down to 0. Hey Patrick, how the devil are you? Still has no idea we're here. Go on, turn to face. The tiny course corrections will just present to him or to his sonar operator this signature, which isn't that big. Plus we're hiding all the noise that our propeller's making. I assume we're hiding all the noise that our propeller's making. Ambient noise is 83. Yeah, we can go up to about 10 on his passive before they really start reacting to us. Before they think, right, there's definitely something out there that we need to deal with. We'll speculatively send a torpedo out in that direction. But there's no need. 1 on this passive. I did say I was going to come down as soon as we went 1 on this passive. That's our engine stopping making noises. It's our rudder and our propeller stopping making noises. And we can allow him just to sneak away, just not too far away. Just to the point where we can start a little bit forward motion again. We have crept fairly close. And just spin round to the face again. 5 knots. Straighten out on that. We're good. That's coming down. He's turning back into us. Right, all stop. just speed that up. We'll speed that up and we'll continue to track. Continue to point our face to him. Let's just speed that up as well. Down to -6, we could probably advance on this. Alright. Be cool. I'm going to advance on that. We're making a tiny bit more noise, but it's not enough. The plot thickens. Oh, stop. Analyze this. He's got a friend. What we're working with. As we come down to 0 speed, this background noise will vanish. I don't know if that's a line as well. Let's just speed up time until the background noise fades away. What have we got? So Julia accompanied by the Foxtrot. You're moving in what direction? Down this way. The Juliet is the target. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to make a run for the Juliet whilst it's not that far away from us. Where's the edge of the map? Can we sit here? We'll build up a bigger picture on this Foxtrot as it comes through. Just shows you how blind the 68 subs are. We'll build up a picture on the Foxtrot. We'll allow the Juliet just to get away, kind of. We'll slip into the baffles of the Foxtrot. We'll take the rearmost sub out. Same maneuver as we were carrying out on the Juliet. We'll carry out on the Foxtrot. So the Foxtrot's going to be here. Juliet's going to be down here. In on the Foxtrot, taking him out, and then on. Then at least it's a one-on-one fight after that. He's got to hear the explosions of a Foxtrot dying, hasn't he? Even if it is in his baffles. Let's continue to analyse this. Still -7 on your passive. You are blind. I don't think you're here. I think you're further back. I think you're over here. Let's just speed up that. We're continuing to build the solution on the Foxtrot. Yeah, I don't think you're there. Still negative on your passive. Foxtrot is there. Maybe not. He might jump a little bit. If he's going to jump, I think he's going to jump backwards, although the Foxtrot in comparison to the Juliet is a little bit smaller. Tell you what, he could be there. It could be. Foxtrot and the Juliet. What capabilities do you have in terms of picking me up? Trap cheek and pike jaw, what do you have? Shark fin and shark teeth. I could probably go on Google and find out the the capabilities of their equipment. I think the Juliet, I think this equipment, gauging by these readings, is a lot more competent than the Foxtrot's equipment. Because the Foxtrot at one point was facing right at us. Ship spotted. Ship. Oh, the Foxtrot. Sorry, on YouTube, it's terrible on YouTube, but there's about a 30-second delay. And I know it's a slow game, but... So yeah, I apologise. You are right, there was a ship spotted there. But by the time you've written it in chat, I would hope. I would hope that I've spotted it myself. But thanks for the heads up. So the Juliet is gonna get away, sort of. We'll pick up the Foxtrot. Let's just speed up time a little bit. And now we need to switch targets. We need, yeah, I thought so. As we built up the picture on the Foxtrot, I had an inkling. That he'd jump further away from us. But that's fine. 8, 6, 11, 8. As the Foxtrot gets about here, we'll start our approach. Where are you? You're near the surface. It might have been why the Juliet was climbing. He was climbing in reaction to the Foxtrot climbing as well. So they're trying to keep on a similar plane. Yeah, we're in the Juliet's baffles now. Bear in mind that cavitation adds plus 20 to your decibel readings. But it's never gonna... You can cavitate behind somebody and they don't know that you're there. And let's just keep our face towards this Foxtrot. I think it's got slightly weaker equipment than the Juliet in terms of picking us up on radar, however I still don't want to risk it. Or slipping behind the Foxtrot. Unless Juliet does some clearance maneuvers, i.e. turns to face the Foxtrot. So his vision cone, pretty much, is out the front of him. Unless the Juliet swings round to shine his torch behind the Foxtrot. He's not going to spot us as we slip in behind. Yep. As he came off this angle, he opened up his rear. We're gonna, as he's turning back, we're gonna slip back into the Juliet's baffles. This is gonna go back, yeah, it's gonna go back to the minus 50, minus 50. And I think we can go. Isn't this the ballistic? Isn't the Foxtrot the ballistic missile one? Aren't these the ballistic missile silos? Or is it this? No, it's got to be rescue hatch, isn't it? Rescue hatch, rescue hatch. The white ones might be the ballistic missile openings. I don't know. I'm not up to date with my submarine knowledge. Okay, -6 on your passive. I'm going to give you until about -8, -9. And we'll start on manoeuvre. Yeah, I saw -8 there. Let's go 5 knots. See what he does to his passive. Brought us down from 6 to -3. It was still in the negatives. But we're still good. Have I played Silent Hunt at 4 or 5 before? I've not. I have not. I did play -1 on his passive. I did play a submarine game back in the day, but it was fairly basic. It didn't really have this kind of graphics. You didn't really see outside of the vessel. We're into 0 on his passive. You can get away with about going up to 10 plus +10 on passive. No, you can't get away with getting to +10 on his passive. At +10 on his passive, he will react to us. So even if you get into the small positive numbers, don't think, oh, he's obviously seen me, let's cavitate, let's do lots of noisy stuff. No, you've got a little bit of a leeway. Come on. And this is where we hear another ping, and we have to wait for another one to go past us. But you are in front of us somewhere. Now the Juliet was... I think that's the Juliet. A little bit further ahead. I can't see it now. But the Foxtrot is a smaller vessel. The Foxtrot is up by the surface, isn't it? Yeah, we might not be able to see it. We're good on the Juliet. I'm waiting to be good on the Foxtrot. Can we get away with speeding up time? Let's slightly turn to face. Let's present him with a smaller signature for him to pick up. What speed are you doing? You're probably matching the Juliet, aren't you? Yeah, about 8 knots. As soon as we're in his baffles, we can go to 10. We can go to we could go up to 30 odd. What does the permit do? 25, I think. We can go to 25 knots. We'd lose the contact because there'd be too much noise for us to pick it up. But we can go to 15 quite easily. Just have to wait till we're in his baffles. But until we get into his baffles, I'd like to present the smallest target possible, because we got quite close. We could wait for him to go past and cut directly into his blind spot, and then we could go quicker. But because he's quite close, I'm having to face him. So we can't. It's slowing us down. But that's fine. We'll slowly drift in there. We're only doing 3 knots less than him. We're going to keep steady on this course. We're going to get in behind him. The next small manoeuvre he does will probably to match the Juliet. Yeah, across, down. His next maneuver is going to bring this blue bubble up. And it'll even off. When he evens off, we're already in it. So it's already in his blind spot. Release the ship from ultra quiet. Move to 15 knots. How we go hunting. I was probably going to do another maneuver similar to that one there, where he came down. As long as we're in behind him by the time he comes down, then we're going to be within his cone. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. No matter what he does now. Slight variations in angle like this is alright for us now. 3 screws. That's the juice there. Foxtrot, where are you? Are you back up on the surface? Pretty much. Is that the Foxtrot? Yep. Yeah, that's a Foxtrot. I got mixed up. Alright, we'll move to his depth. That way our torpedoes have less work to do. Nope. Means our torpedoes don't have to don't have to fiddle around with finding the correct depth. We're capitating. Alright, come down then. In fact, how deep do we need to be in order to not cavitate? At 15 knots. Let's try 3. Now we're good. Alright, pretty close then. Where are you? Be up near the surface somewhere. We're close to 1,000 yards because we can. We'll come down to 10 knots. We'll come up to 200. There you are. You have no idea we're here. Still in his baffles. And up to 150. Alright, how silly can we make this? Oh, bubble. Contact with the Juliet has been re-established. Good. Okay, down to 5 knots. First of our torpedoes is on active because he's, well, no, got passive. I need you to activate about here. Loose. Full stop. Excuse me. Alright, let's dive. Let's dive. Right, so we're good. Bring our speed down. Good day, Fanta. We'll bring our speed down. We'll reacquire the Juliet. You probably will have heard that. But those torpedoes that were released by this Foxtrot, we were far too close. He wouldn't risk them being activated so soon out of the tubes. And Juliet has decided to turn and face. Okay. Go deep. Turn to face. Still only 1 on his passive. Rig for ultra quiet. So Julia knows something has gone off. But thus far has not seen anything. You pinging? Go to 6. Now we're picking up the signature of that torpedo. It's just gone active. Alright, Juliet, talk to me. What have you got? Nope, Juliet. So not stupidly quick then, thankfully. It's not alpha. Could they not have covered these up? I mean, even if it was just a hatch, would it not be better in terms of making less sound if you're going through the water? Oh no. Still just +1 on his active, on his passive, +2 on his passive, +1. +3, 4, 3. He will pick us up. He will pick us up. Can we go to 650? That's a +2. Let's turn and face. I can already tell from this distance that we're slightly skewed onto him. Yeah, we'll cut down our signature. Bring our speed down. Try and lower passive signature. How fast are you going? 8 knots. We're good. Alright, that's us down to 0. That's 650. At about 7, he'll probably launch. Turn and face. 6 on his passive, 8 on his passive, 9 on his passive. I expect it to have been seen at 8 and 9. On his passive, 11 on his passive, 12 on his passive. He's got to launch at that. If he doesn't launch, it's going to, and he continues on this path, it's going to get to the point where he won't see us. It will drop off his radar because he's not going to. Someone else, sorry, because he's not going to be able to see me beneath him. At that point, we do a 180, we come up to his depth, and we're instantly into his baffles. Unless we've been disguised by that wreck. No. There it is. Alright, let's react. Do we react? We're running super silent. And you haven't spotted. You haven't spotted us. I mean, he knows we're here. He's just struggling to calibrate his weapons to hit us because of the difference in depth. Right, we've got forward name. Yep, both of those activated too late, or we were too deep. And round. That's fine. That's why we might as well load that up. And also here, we'll need it for the next engagement. Are we going to get around in time? No, no. Fine. A little bit of a reversing maneuver. And you're making a run for the surface. But why though? Alright, bubble. Let's come towards the level. Not ballast. Let's come up to his level. to his level quicker. And hold steady on that level there. Turn in, bring our speed down to 5, and we'll launch on this. Shitting me? Oh, it's a good job these torpedoes are crap. Oh, we're doing 10 knots. Right, this one's on the wire. And now it's not on the wire. You coming for me? No, I don't think so. I think we're gonna be away from these before they go active. Yeah. Easy. And the only damage we took was from our own torpedo doing stupid things. Exploded on exiting the tube. How much damage did it do? Excellent. And we're going to have to speed up to get away from them as weapons. Also, we're not going to be able to get out of the area. Alright, that's them two now gone active. Can we get away? No, weapons nearby. Alright. Can we get away now? Yes. So, Juliet and a Foxtrot sunk. We didn't have to take damage there. I thought we'd come down to 5 knots before we'd release that torpedo. Unfortunately, we're at 10, and those torpedoes are very, very, very slow. So I don't think that it had cleared the tube as we started our maneuver after we'd launched. So, oh well. We're not far away from home. We can go fix ourselves up. Yep. Return for repairs. Okay. Whole pack of enemy cruise missile submarines is believed to be operating in an area about 200 miles north of Iceland. All NATO naval forces have been moving to this region shortly, therefore you are ordered to find and sink all enemy attack submarines in the area. Intelligence believes that additional enemy naval forces may pass through the area. Ooh. Right. Okay. let's re-arm and repair then. Everything's fixed. Hull is now fixed. We'll grab some more of those. I don't value the Mark 16 at all. Cast off anchors away. Save that. Why did it say north of Greenland? About 200, oh, north of Iceland. Alright, 200 miles north of Iceland. Because they're not giving me a reference point of Greenland. It doesn't say they're in the Denmark Strait, it just says 200 miles north of Iceland. Yeah, I don't know. This might be it, it might not be. A wolf pack. Overcast high wind. Overcast and high wind. I'm going to close to 15,000 kilyards. I'm expecting the background noise to be quite high, and if the background noise is quite high, alright, it's 20, no, 15. If the background noise is quite high, we're going to struggle to pick these up. No, I didn't ping the bearing. Let's raise ourselves up to 200. And come down to 0. Spin ourselves around to port and we'll analyze these signatures. That looks like a Juliet. That looks like a trawler of some sort. And that is an active ping from a contact we haven't picked up over here. But let's get into the shadow zone. It's going to give us the best place to hide. There we go. What were you and why are you pinging? Foxtrot. Foxtrot within 5,000 yards. We've got a Juliet within 8,700. That's about right. Has your signature cleared up yet? It has, and it still says it's a common roll. Comsomol. Alright. Well, these are the priorities then. Concentrate on the Foxtrot that's below us. The Juliet is below us. If you're both below us, I'm going to go above the layer. Currently on a -17 on your passive, if you are here. Above the layer. We can still see you. But if you're just below the layer, then you're in the shadow zone. But it's hard to see other people when you're in the shadow zone. Likewise, if they're here, us being above the layer, it's going to be difficult for them to detect us. Right, the Juliet is most likely there. On your active, we're still on a -23. So I don't think you're here. I think you're over here. As we build up that picture, we'll soon find out. Hey, second best. The game looks complicated. It is. It starts out complicated. I would say you need about 5 hours of playing the game before you get the basics down, before it starts becoming enjoyable. Before it starts becoming enjoyable. Where you can start analysing some of these numbers and start building a picture in your head of what you need to do, the next steps that you need to take. Because currently we only have a 69% solution on this foxtrot. It could be here, it could be here, it could be here, it could be here. As this builds, we'll get more of an inkling of where it is. The sonar ping is fairly definite though. He's actively trying to ping us, and on active for him we're showing up as a -14. He also has passive sonar. Everyone has passive sonar. We're picking both of these up on our passive sonar. So the Juliet, we're registered in a -15 on his passive, on the Foxtrot on -12 on his passive, so we're invisible to these two at the moment. Can I see you yet? Because you're very close. No, not just yet. And this, we're not going to be able to get into any baffles here. It's going to be jump on the Foxtrot and then turn away into the Juliet. What depth's the Juliet at? So they're both about 400. Foxtrot still on a -9 on your passive. You haven't pinged since. You might have detected something. And tried to acquire it using his active. Let's turn to face. I'm showing a big profile to the Juliet. And you just cavitated. That's given us a good solution on you. That's a lot of noise that you just produced. So yeah, that's the Juliet there. We're showing this profile. Juliet, where are you? Where am I? No, it's a Foxtrot. Where's Juliet? Oh, there I am. So I'm showing that profile to the Juliet at the moment. You should be able to see me, even on passive. Shows you how powerful the layer is. And the Foxtrot should pop up 65% solution on you. Should pop up at any point right in front of us. Well, not in front of us. It'll be on the same plane pretty much as the Juliet. So down here somewhere. Here. Signature. -14. -5. Let's just point our nose down. Can we do it without forward momentum? We can, but it's very slow. No, come. Not the lie. Alright, Juliet. Still -13 on this passive. what are we on your active? We're 10 on your active. Minus 11 on your active. Juliet might have seen us on that. Yeah, Juliet might have seen us. The Foxtrot won't. If we're here at launch, we're going to make a run to the Foxtrot. We'll draw his torpedo onto the Foxtrot, loop around the Foxtrot, then hit the Juliet. Unless plans change. There she is. Juliet. And the Foxtrot. We'll see what's the background noise. 88 decibels. Yeah, it's a big profile that I'm showing. That Juliet. Right, launch from the Juliet. We run. And we run for the Foxtrot. Right, so the Foxtrot has disappeared and the Juliet's disappeared. It's because we're going 24 knots and we're cavitating and XYZ. There's a lot of background noise. And you have just launched at us, which is fine. We can deal with that. As we get closer, we'll turn active on. We'll turn our own active sonar on. We'll pick up this Foxtrot. Alright, level out. At about 700. I think we're going to get away from you before you go active. We might end up dragging you, but that's alright. We might end up dragging both of them. In fact, you might have been killed by your own torpedo. Yep, you activated that too soon. Let's mech her out. He's going to get killed by his own torpedo, I think. Ooh, yeah, that torpedo's circling him. So I'm going to assume that the Foxtrot is dead to his own stupidity, and we're going to walk up the line of the Juliet's pings. Silly go. Right, that line going back, ends at about here. There we go. So we just walk up his active ping. There we go. We could probably go active ourselves and ping him, or find him right now. But you look interesting. You look like you're interested in us, I should say. I don't really want to be adding any more noise in the area. Okay, so throw a knuckle out. And try to get up and over this torpedo. No. Asking too much of it. Asking too much of its rudders to go up and around at the same time. So you can force a torpedo to do two things at once, not only go around but up, you're more likely to evade it. Let's be a little bit messy in the water. We're going to turn our active ping on. We're going to illuminate exactly where you are. There you are. Under yours. And guide this one. Come on, come on. Turn my active off, go super silent. And dive. We've gone silent, he's still pinging. And use ballast to sink just a little bit quicker. And we use his rag to mop up torpedoes. You're heading away from us, the other one's heading around in circles. Right, just gonna mop up. Doesn't matter if we cavitate now. We can release from ultra quiet. And come up to periscope depth. We know it's a ship. Right, so what did we do there? Because I don't like these torpedoes, I prefer my enemies to kill themselves. So we wrapped up the torpedo and wrapped up his torpedo, launched it back into him. and then dragged one of his torpedoes and 2 of his back onto him. I don't know, something like that. Alright, periscope depth. Let's accumulate this comsomol. Periscope depth. Might as well come up. It's not a military ship. Put the mast up. It might turn into a trawler. Has it? Nope. Nope. I think it's a fair target. Yep, that's a fair target. It's still saying red. If you come to the surface and you properly identify transport ships, sometimes they'll flip to being green, which is a neutral target. So you don't want to be. You don't really want to be engaging them. War crimes are a thing. And as we go slower on the surface, let's come down to periscope depth. Our torpedoes are really slow, so I want to move to intercept you at full speed. You're currently doing 16 knots. And I want to get as close as I can before launching these things, because they're really slow. It's very clever. Thank you very much. Thank you. I will speed up time. But you'll see when I launch these torpedoes, you'll see why we went through that much effort to sink these using their own. Because we had windows of opportunity to take out the Foxtrot and the Juliet using our own torpedoes, but they're painful to use. It's a great opportunity for a dumb torpedo, but I don't have any of them. I took all the dumb torpedoes out because I didn't envisage any opportunity to use it. Alright, that should do. That should do. Bring our speed down. If we launch whilst we're at high speed, then the torpedo is that slow, as it comes out of the tube, it'll explode. Make for 5 knots, spin ourselves around. I want you on passive, on the surface, launched that way. Please don't break the line. Go. And this is why I didn't want to use these torpedoes, because they're really slow. Do I need another one? Might need another one. No, it's dead. It's fully dead. Sometimes you need 2 torpedoes for some of the bigger ships, and it did seem like a big ship. Right, done. Come we go. We can. The combat. So we sunk to 2 subs. We also took out, that was 100% definitely an enemy tanker. If it had been a neutral, then raising periscope, ESM mast and radar, we had a almost 100% positive ping on it. It would have popped up as green if it was neutral. Congratulations on a job well done. Sinking those subs keeps our boys safe, and the merchant ship was just a cherry on top. Enemy Echo class cruise missile submarines are returning to the base after having conducted successful operations against NATO convoys in the North Atlantic. They'll now attempt to transit the Greenland, Iceland, UK gap and return to port for repairs. Now the gap, that's Greenland, Iceland and Iceland, UK. So it's 2 gaps, but then the Greenland Iceland is the Denmark Strait because Iceland is owned by Greenland. Owned by Denmark, sorry. So that's the Denmark Strait. Could they not just say either or? We're going to have to try patrol both at the same time. I return to port for repairs and rearming. You are to make sure they don't make it. Beware of any escorting attack submarines. We'll see about that. Right. Continue on course. We'll save our game just there. And we're already in position pretty much, so just have to patrol around here. We have to guard this, we have to guard this as well. We might have to rely on these planes trying to pick up a signal. Okay. There's a point there when nothing was in the sky. Okay. There. Bring our speed down, so that we enter combat at just, it's 10 knots. Okay, we enter the combat at 10 knots. David Vett! How the devil are you? It's been ages since I last saw you on the channel. How have you been, my good friend? Alright, local conditions. Scattered, calm, weak surface duct, very weak thermal layer. Sonar contact bearing 33. Again, I'm going to close to 15,000 kiluyards because we're fighting subs. Plus it's the 1968 campaign. The equipment is a little less sensitive. We can get away with closing to 15 kiluyards. 15,000 yards, isn't it? Instead of the usual 25 that we would have done in 1982 in our LA class. Man la battle stations, bearing 33, remember that. Rig full, super quiet, bearing of 33. Let's turn to face, we'll look at the conditions. Oh, I should have reloaded that torpedo. And we've got things on top of us. Almost. Right, head in that way. Turn to face. Both, kind of. We'll quickly analyse what you are whilst coming down to 0 knots to clear up some of this background fluff. I think you're a November. I think you're a Foxtrot. I think you're a November as well. Nope. What are you? The merchant ship, please. An Echo? The hell is an Echo? Well, it did say in the mission, didn't it? Right. Background noise is 75. Why are you on the surface? You can't be an Echo then. Someone's on the surface. This Foxtrot's on the surface. I don't think this is a Foxtrot. I think this is a trawler then. I think we've got one of the lines slightly out. Go for trawler. Yeah, it's a trawler. Alright. So it's brought the contacts down to just 2. They are both below the layer just. We can raise ourselves above that layer and make for 5 knots in their general direction. Great vacation in the mountains. Time to get back to reality. Good stuff. Whereabouts did you go? What mountains were they? Are they Rockies? 61, 65. That's fairly good actually. You're on a weird path, both of you. I don't think we're getting in anyone's baffles there. Let's just go up to periscope depth. I mean, we're above the layer anyway. We'll go up to periscope depth. We'll chuck our periscope up. We'll acquire the trawler. Trawler, where are you going? North. Right. We're gonna make a run, sort of. We'll make a run for the trawler, and we're gonna shadow the trawler this way. And we're going to use the cover of the trawler, the noise that the trawler's making, to mask our approach, and then suddenly jump on them. Radio second best. Smoky Mountains in eastern US. Smoky Mountains in eastern US. Eastern US. I'm trying to think. I remember doing the Civil War campaign and analysing some of the geology to eastern USA. I'm wondering why there was a mountain range over there, because I was weirded out by it. I was like, in terms of geology, that shouldn't be there. We'll acquire the trawler. Come on, trawler, you should be right in front of me. On a bearing of, or heading, sorry, of 060. 060. Oh, there he is. Identify the target. We now have 95% solutions on both of these, and they're diving. They're very deep. Alright. We might be able to close. And go about 10 knots. Go about 10 knots? No. The Echo has some, or it seems like the Echo's got some good passive radar. November not so much. The Echo, that's the Echo apparently. apparently his sensors are quite good. Got up on my Twitch page, it shows you're offline. Yeah, I'm offline. I'm just streaming to YouTube at the moment. I'm trying to shuffle my way gradually over to Twitch in terms of streaming, but I don't want to devote a day or two, or about a day a week or so, to streaming to YouTube, because well, that's where I started. But yeah, I do most of my streaming now over on Twitch, but I can't because I'm now a Twitch affiliate. I can't stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time, because Twitch, as part of their terms of service, say you can be an affiliate and you can get subscriptions and etc, etc. You can make money off your Twitch nonsense if we have 24 hours worth of claim on everything that you create. So I can't restream to both platforms at the same time anymore. So it has to be up on Twitch for 24 hours before I can create a copy of that video and put it up on YouTube as a Twitch VOD, which I've done a few times. I've uploaded a couple of the cold water ones. Right, Echo. Even though you have good, we might just dive. Yeah, let's get under the layer. Let's get under the layer so that we can speed up. The Echo has the better equipment, I think, in terms of picking us up. But if we're in his baffles, it doesn't really matter. We are in his baffles. We're not in the November's baffles though. But we'll come down. The further we come down, the faster we can go. Let's come up to 10 knots. What's that done? What's a +3 on the November? That's still not enough. Background noise is 75. The November's going to react to us at about 9, 10 on his passive. As long as we can keep it low, then we're good. What speed are you doing? 10 knots. Echo's doing 10 knots. We're doing 10 knots. So at the moment, we're just shadowing each other. Let's speed that up. As November comes around, we're going to get in his baffles as well. So I'm going to make for at least 500. At 500, we can put our foot down. And we'll make an effort to insert ourselves deeper into the bum. That sounded really bad, I'm sorry. What depth are you at? About 5. Echo's at 5. November's slightly deeper, but not by much. Yeah, there's going to be a point where we're in the November's baffles. This will flip to -50, -50. It doesn't matter if we cavitate at that point. There we go. Straighten out a little bit. Speed up. Make for 20 knots. They're doing 10, we're doing 20. Minus 50. Minus 50. We might as well reload you. Could be a little bit of noise, but we're not running at super quiet anyway. I don't know if this troll is having an effect. Might be. There's somewhere out there in the distance. There are 2 dead subs, they just don't know it yet. Right, full ahead. They might drop off. We might lose track of them because of the amount of noise that we're creating. But them doing 10 knots, we're doing 28. We'll catch up to them a lot quicker. That's a trawler just going past. Unless this device, I'm surprised that the Echo is still on our radar. As long as this November isn't doing weird things, I don't think either of them are picking us up. You're not there, you're about here. Bring speed down. Reacquire the November. Still don't think the November's there. I think it's more here. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. No Twitch. No. There will be Twitch today. We're going to be doing. I want to do at least three hours or so on YouTube first, and then we'll switch over. Continue the party on Twitch. All right. Heading of slipping in behind the Echo's bum. Bring our speed down to 10 knots. We'll paint a bigger picture, or we'll clear up the background noise. We'll identify the November. Still in November's baffles. So I don't think it's here. I think November's a little bit closer. And round a bit. Steady on that. 74% on the November, 95% on the Echo. Should almost be 100%. We could stick our head out the window. Not that subs have windows, that'd be a terrible idea. But yeah, we could stick our head out the window and see him. Is there a bomb? No, there isn't. We'll build up. a better picture on this November as we move along. Once it's into the that's him tracked now. The November, he's probably gonna. No, he's not. November's too far forward of the Echo. All right. Echo's doing 10 knots. We're doing 10 knots. Speed up to 15 knots to close the gap. We're not going to give him time. To react. I got to a service today, yeah. Yeah, I went to the call-out service at the War Memorial in town. Alright, we're good. Kind of plane are we looking at? Let's come up. Just on ballast. Just to match. And steady there. In formation with the Russian subs. How close do we want to get? Let's get danger close. Danger close? No, we're already danger close. It's just I don't trust these torpedoes. Don't trust these torpedoes as far as I can throw them. I don't think it's that far either. As soon as we fire on the Echo, Featherstone the Foxtrot is going to retaliate. Featherstone the Echo is going to retaliate. He'll probably launch his torpedoes towards us, but he'll not want to activate them too soon. I reckon we fire our own, we get beneath, we move at flank downwards. Any torpedoes that he fires are going to have to come out of the front of his boat as they loop round on this plane. They activate here, will already be too far below them for them to lock onto us, and then it's just about redirecting the Foxtrots, torpedoes back onto him. All that is the plan. Alright, down to 5 knots. Last time we did this, we were going at 10 knots. And a stupid torpedo exploded on coming out of the tube. There we go. You're still on the wire. just guide you in. Wire break. Damn it. Okay. so we've got loose fish out there. Alright, be cool. Be cool. We're going to go down the plane and we're going to assume that this, go super quiet, we're going to assume that this is going to pick up him before me. We are not making noise. He is. Unless you were just a dumb torpedo. He hasn't activated. It hasn't activated just yet. Ah, do I have to use my own torpedoes? Fair enough. Want a job done properly. Do it yourself. That tube. That tube. Activate about that. The mission's much different than 84. Not really, it's the same sort of mix, kind of. If our wire hadn't broken, he'd already be dead, and we'd be dealing with a Foxtrot as it is. We're having to deal with this. Right, before that wire breaks. Nope, not you. You. Control of you on the plane. Turn around. Head that way. This way. Oh, these torpedoes. Bane of my life. He's too quick for my torpedo. Or he's not. Oh. Right. So that might be the Echo. That's why I don't like using my torpedoes. At least from ultra quiet. Let's go after the November. He's somewhere up here. Yep. He's just pinged us. That's a ping from the Echo. That's a ping from the November. Even if you haven't got a good solution on... Ooh. No. Get back in there. I will guide you in there myself. Straight under the conning tower. And you're still... Oh my word, you're still alive. Terrible times. Why have you just blown ballast? Don't know. Why have you just blown ballast? Oh, we're heading towards the Echo, aren't we? That's why. I think the Echo's dead then. If he's blown ballast down, he's still going down. I think he's dead. There's no bottom. There's no bottom. So he'll just crush. Head towards November. Our depth is alright, I think. Echo 2 is cavitating. Yeah, it's desperately trying to get to the surface. I mean, if nothing else, we've stopped him from going anywhere. So we'll hunt down the November, the thing that's the threat. The thing that's capable of launching torpedo scissors. Pick up some speed. And ping you. Oh. I think we can. Yeah, I think we can pick up the speed. Hopefully, one of these activates near us. Ooh. Ooh. Are you coming to me? Or are you going back to your master? No, I think he's coming for me. Alright. When it turned back on itself, I thought the November had just torpedoed itself. But perhaps not. No, it's just searching. November, where are you? 500. Let's move to 500. He might have. No, he hasn't. It's just... Oh, it's just searching. Yeah, move to 500. If we attract the attentions of this torpedo, then that's fine. As we're going up on an angle, we'll turn on active pinging. Slightly off to our right. Why can't I? Oh, you're right there. Alright, we'll level off there. Stop shouting. You're heading away from us. You have launched at us. You've activated it immediately. It's going to search for us. What speed are we doing? 28 knots. We'll say from you. I'm going to turn my ping on. I'm going to hope that this guy finds me. Come on, come on, I'm right here. I'm right here and I'm shouting. And I'm cavitating. Please, I beg you. No. Alright. Fine, I'll use my own torpedoes. My own crappy torpedoes. Turn off the shouting. The Echo's still knocking about. Right, yeah. I'm impressed. Thought he was dead. It's a long way to Tipperary. It is. It is indeed a long way to go. Alright, this is probably a little bit too close. Let's also come down on the plane. Right, if that Echo was in any fit state, he'd probably launch towards us. I could use his torpedoes. As it is, we've had to get danger close to a November because I don't trust my torpedoes as far as I can throw them. Level off on that, and we'll send you this way. I'm immediately going to take control of you because I don't trust you. No, we're good. Are we good? Nope. Three, 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 three. Immediately take control of you. And I need to finish you off. Done. Go for a reload. These torpedoes are horrible. I hate them. Compared to the torpedoes that you get in the 86 missions. They are terrible. And because the Echo is actively trying to ping us. I don't know why he's actively trying to ping us. But he is. We can just walk down his path. Right. Also, we'll try and drag this torpedo with us. If we can drag the torpedo across to the Echo, we can use it to take it out instead of having to use my own. We're good. He's a bit confused, but he should latch back onto us. There we go. Alright, let's gradually start pulling it to the surface then. Oh, come on. think we exited his plane. Nope, 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 here he comes. We good? Yeah, we're good. All we have to do is make noise behind him. I mean, he's making enough noise for the both of us, but put ourselves between. I call shenanigans. I call all the shenanigans. Why would you avoid that topic? That noise. It didn't. Alright, so yeah, the plan came to fruition. It actually did work. I wondered why the torpedo had veered off course. There was no noisemaker. He'd lost our scent, fair enough, but we had an echo on the surface that was cavitating, that was making a lot of noise. It should have locked onto him. I'm curious as to why I didn't. Echo, you dead yet? That's 2 torpedoes that have gone into you. Go on, I know you're up here. You're just riding on the surface. Yeah. That's 2 torps he's taken so far. I are impressed. Boarding parties make ready. We're gonna steal an echo. Go for a print screen. There we go. I'll turn up in the thumbnail at some point. We could probably board it. I mean, I'd like there to be a mechanic for it. What speed are you doing? No, not the stroller. Apparently he's doing 3 knots. Let's make for 5. And just pull in alongside. Get a copy of the screenshot. Come on. This is a big go. Why can't I board it? Why can't we capture it? We could capture it and then send Russian missiles back into Russian lands. It'd be hilarious. Oh no, it's moving to touch. After all that manoeuvring, it's you that messes it up. Call me disappointed. I have to get all tank and get a copy of those, yeah. Yeah, salvage rights, isn't it? It's like the, what is it? The Lifeboat Association. They get salvage rights on every single ship that they help. Alright. Probably time to put it out of its misery, isn't it? We'll give them time to get into lifeboats and such. Send out a distress signal so they can be rescued. And then we'll torpedo us. What's left? What else is around me? Nothing. In Victorian times, you also get money from the Admiralty to half the value of any enemy ship you recovered. I seem to remember reading something about that. I seem to remember, I don't know, one of the engagements where ships were blasted into oblivion and everyone in the fleet was mega angry because they wouldn't get prize money for captured ships. Alright. Time to go. I'm sorry, Echo. It's been fun. It's been fun. But it's time to go. And then there was one. Alright, mission success. We'll reload that before the start of the next encounter, whatever it might be. Big ship, the Echo. When I saw it initially underwater, I was like, oh, it's quite small. But no, once you get the big girl to the surface. She's got some timber on her. Just like rubbing the Russian sub. Yep. Well, I wasn't rubbing. They decided to rub against us. But that wasn't going to save them. No matter how much rubbing. I have a job to do. Alright. They come up. Sunk the Echo after toying with the food. Sunk the November. Had to use our own torpedoes, which I'm disappointed with, but oh well. Very pleased that you dealt with the subs with determination and resolve. Remember that for every enemy vessel we take out means a safer transit for our troops and transport. Good work. New orders will be sent on this downlink soon. Distinguished Service Medal. Excellent. Wolves driven off. But we played with them before driving them off. Recent recon overflights show a large force of enemy landing and surface combatants preparing to sail within 3 days. Navops believe they will attempt to conduct an amphibious landing at Reykjavik. So we need to patrol around Iceland. Right, let's take inventory. 13 Mark 37s left. We could... I mean, we're not far away from home. Alright. Let's head home. We'll pick up 1 or 2 more guided and a couple of dumb. There we go. Let's go for 2 dumb and the rest. 4 dumb and the rest. I was going to say intelligent, but how can you be intelligent and slow at the same time? But these for the transport ships. The transport ships usually stay on about the same course bearing heading, so you can anticipate where they're going to be. Have we tried the dumb torpedoes? Yep. Yeah, we were firing dumb torpedoes into... It was horrific. I had 3 of these little torpedoes chasing a crester, and then we were firing dumb torpedoes through the circle it was making. It was comical. Cast off anchors away. We'll save you. Now we'll patrol around Iceland. Is that you? We're going to find you in the North Sea somewhere. I think if you position yourself between wherever they are and you're stationary, you enter at 5 knots. I think if you're right clicking, wherever it is slowest to move around the map on, then it's 10 knots. If you blasting around the map as quick as you can, you enter at 20 knots. Anyway, battle stations. Bearing of 149. Our heading is 157. We'll close to 15,000 yards. All hands man the stations where we're going to be doing battle. What are we doing? That's alright. Good amount of space to operate in. And we are in the shadow zone. No way. Coming down to 0. That's an active ping from someone already. I don't believe S2 is where S2 is. But let's clear up these signatures and identify them. Colton? What's a Colton? Alright, okay. If it's noisy, it's not going to be here. It'll be further out. You're not a Colton. What are you? Riga. Got an S4. A Colton, I think. Got an S1. Which is the transports. What kind of direction are you all moving in? Towards me. Can you see me? Not even on your active. Not even on your active. No. You're moving away. You're moving towards us. As are you. Alright, well, we are in the shadow zone. I think we allow this to develop. And we might jump under one of the ships, and whilst we're under one of the ships, snipe the others. Hopefully being under one of these ships will protect us from depth charges and such. What kind of solutions have we got? 33, 53, 32, 50. Alright, let's just allow this to develop. The engine will be the loudest, so it doesn't surprise me that we'll have picked him up first. I'm going to test out the dumb torpedoes. Now the engine, they don't change direction. Not really. Or they might do. They might change direction and start running, but once they're on the path of running away, they don't change direction. We should have started at 25,000. And put the periscope up. Right, Cotland. 70% on the Cotland. 76 on the Riga. 53 on the other Cotland. Do just fire off a spread. Under the layer. Fire off a spread. Go. So we can control two of them. The other two, the wires broke immediately, even though we're doing a 0 knots, because they hadn't invented wire back in this day. They hadn't invented a wire that worked. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, we've only got 2 wires. The permit only has 2 wires available to it. No way you're there. No, no way you're there. You might be there. You might have turned in to charges. Very much doubt it though. But if you are coming up that line, we'll set you to activate early. The 1 and 2 are looking good. Depends how much speed they've got. Number 2 will help you on your way. Number 1 will help you on your way as well. In fact, the threat is going to be the Kotlin. I might redirect to come in from the other side. Yep, the Kotlins is the threat. Come around. Oh, it's night time. Right, come around on that angle. We'll manually guide this in because they're stupid and slow. Right, number 2, just go after the engine. You'll probably catch him. This is stupid. Oh dear. Well, that's the develop. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why the 1968 missions are stupid. Got torpedoes that aren't quick enough. Surface. That general direction. I know the line's going to break, but that general direction, we have to load these and flood the water around the Kotlin until it runs into something. In fact, the Kotlin might run into his mate's torpedo. No, come. How are you? Number 1. Head in that direction. How can you not find this? How have you not acquired it? Too slow. It just outruns it. Just outruns it. Oh, number 3. Take control over you. Head you in this general direction. I'm hoping this guy's not going to have time to get away from this torpedo that's heading straight onto him. No, don't you dare. Don't you dare miss. Go. Let's reload a dumb torpedo because he looks like he's running. In a straight line. Nope. So on that bearing, barring nothing else happening, that dumb torpedo gets him. And already this dumb torpedo is useless. It's stupid. And I hate it. And everything it stands for. Well, we're going home after this anyway, so let's just launch you all. In fact, what distance are you? 8.8. We could probably come to the surface. Y3. Let's just bring you round. He has slowed down a bit. And he thinks we're over here, but we're not. No, bring that down. Put ASM up first. It's a little bit more sneaky. Ooh, that's not sneaky. What? CO2 upgraded to M2. Right. You've slowed down. Not enough of them. Reacquire the target. It cycles through every single torpedo in the water, which can be useful, but not really. Not for us. I think no, you're not the one chasing. Are you the one chasing? I'd like to know. I'd like I'd like some indication of what this is, of where this is. So this torpedo. Can I click on you? I can. Let's direct you right. No wonder. No, left. Let's go left. Let's try bring him all the way around and into the arc of our dumb torpedo. If that's a thing that can be done. No. Right, 3. You continue on his tail. I've got 2 coming down. How can you not acquire him? Number 2. Continue on that path. Number 3. Just what? Explosions. Explosions? Not nice. Oh, it was just one of the torpedoes around us detonating. So in the stream we have another Twitch. I'll be doing about another 30 minutes on YouTube. I'll grab some food and we'll start on Twitch at about, I don't know, 6 o'clock, 6ish, 5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that. Right, time to guide number 2. Number 2. I shouldn't need to pincer them between 2 torpedoes. What? Because you're not on the surface? Did I just go straight under you? It's because I went straight under. Right, you chase him on that plane. We'll go this way. And come up to the surface because that was probably my fault. As he turns into us, we'll turn into him. He'll not get away this time. He'll not get away this time. He'll not get away this time. He nearly got away that time. That was painful. What else is out there? What else is out there? Why is our detection threshold so high? I bet there's more engines over here, but because of the sea state, no, it's fairly calm. Right, head down that way. Let's make sure of it. Periscope depth, full ahead. We'll blast our way down here. Down here, or we might pick up a couple more engines. Like if you end up with a big Russian torpedo jammed deep inside your launch tube. Well, it's happened before. I mean, we're getting better at dodging the attentions of large Russian torpedoes. But sometimes it happens. Sometimes I get hit with my own torpedoes. But yeah, fun times. I'm really enjoying the game actually. There's like a... I think there's something over there. I don't know. I think it's got the right blend of sort of an FPS to an extent and a strategy game. I like it. Let's load up with you two. What have we got left? Yeah, we have. We'd be alright on a sub-to-sub engagement, but not another fleet engagement. Yeah, I'll get about here. Pop up again. And we'll go full loud. Radar on, all sorts. All the masts, all the time. I don't think that 3 escorts are required to escort one ship. I think if there's 3 escorts, there's going to be at least 2, maybe even 3 transport ships. What's the edge of the map? Our transport ships can do about 15 knots, we can do about 28. We'll see if we can pick them up. Alright, 13.5 knots in perfect conditions. Okay, up to the surface. Nope, that's not me. Up to the surface. You ping anything? Apparently not. By detection threshold, something's pinging us, but we're not able to see them. Let's do our speed, is it? No. We'll go again down here. It can't be 3 escorts for 1 transport ship. Is that full speed? Yep. It's just really slow. If I was to escape, I press escape, it will probably allow us to exit the action, but I think in the end screen it'll come up with engine or another 2 engines that were undetected. Let's come up again. Anything? No. Well, I can't continue doing this. Well, I probably could. Let's get away. Nope, we sunk everything. Really? That doesn't make any sense. Three escort ships for one transport ship. That doesn't make any sense. Hence my looking for other things. Oh well. Clean sweep. Great job. Pleased to hear the expected invasion with one ship worth of troops. Reykjavik and Keflavik. Iceland has been repelled. Further orders being transmitted on this downlink. Well, we need to go back to port and rearm. Iceland stands. Satellite Recon has revealed an enemy raider group transiting at high speed towards the Soviet coast. Now, the Soviet coast. The Soviet has a lot of coast. Which bit? We believe small Europe forces operating in the area. You are ordered to interdict this group. Okay? And sink any replacement ships in the area. You may also get a chance at the enemy warships. This group is intended to support, but tenders and tankers are the mission target. Primary objective: locate and sink the enemy replenishment tankers and tenders. So, in the 82? Is it 82? I think it's the 82 campaign. I'd have got a mission like this and just tried to kill everything, and we'd have probably done it. But now I'm thinking, try get close to the enemy tankers and tenders and just eliminate them and sneak away, because the escort ships are just a pain in my arse, even more than the torpedoes. I don't think I mind just completing the primary objective, sinking the tankers, and then just slipping away. Look at and sink any nearby warships if possible. I mean, we can put torpedoes in the water, but we'll probably go for the primary objective. Usually in a group like this, I'll go for the warships first. I'll get rid of them, get rid of any threats that are knocking around, and then we'll mop up. But I think we'll try for the mopping first. But first, we need to go back to port. And rearm. Good. Rearm and repair, because we used a lot of these. I will take 2 Mark 16s. Maybe a Mark 16 either side down a narrow spread, and a Mark 37 up the middle, against someone who's heading directly towards us, so they can't turn away and they're funneled into the slower Mark 37, sorry. Oh, we should have loaded Spec Ops, then we could have boarded the sub that came to the surface. That's not how it works. I'll do. Cast off anchors away. We'll save there, and that is where I'm going to leave it for YouTube. I'll be away for about an hour and a half, sorting out my life, real world shenanigans and such. And then we'll be continuing the party on Twitch. So if you would like to follow me on Twitch, not follow, but if you want to continue watching what we're doing, then the link to my Twitch channel is in the description of this video. And if you're there in about an hour and a half's time, then you can observe the sinking of yet more Russian submarines, hopefully. But until then, thanks for joining me, and I will see you later. Until then, do take care.